Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through the concept of mutual exclusion, guys. Okay, so I hope everyone remembers the concept which we discussed in operating system. This concept is already covered. Okay, so mutual exclusion is nothing but, so in a huge code, you will be having some shared variables, right? So a process can request a particular variable and other process also requires the same variable's value. So in this situation, accessing the variable and updating the value could make an issue, right? So could make a change. So that is the reason why the mutual exclusion concept came into play. So when a process is accessing a shared variable, the process is said to be in critical section. So no two processes can be in the same critical section at the same time. This is called as mutual exclusion. So the concept that is given is nothing but called as mutual exclusion. Okay. So different algorithms based on message passing to implement mutual exclusion in distributed systems are, so these are the top 4 algorithms, guys, to be clear: centralized algorithm, token based algorithm, distributed algorithm, and decentralized algorithm. Okay, so in this lecture we'll be discussing about this centralized algorithm. Guys, these algorithms are really easy to understand and simple, guys, so there is nothing to worry. Just concentrate for 5 minutes, it will be done. Okay. Centralized algorithm. So in the bracket I wrote one boss. So basically centralized means there will be a center system who is the boss or the coordinator, in simple words you can say, and he is the one who controls all the things, guys. Okay, so here one process is elected as a coordinator. Okay, so whenever a process wants to access a shared resource, it sends a request to the coordinator to ask permission. So basically here the coordinator is a boss, guys. So if you want to do something, you need to take permission from him and do it. So in that way. Okay, yes. Okay, so queue is maintained to track the request. So once I go through the example, you will be having a clear idea, guys. So don't worry about it. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, so assume that there are total 3 processes, guys, and one boss. Okay, 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so this is nothing but the boss or the coordinator. So assume that one wants to access 2. Okay, so one will send a request to 3 that please I want to access 2. So it told it. Okay, and the coordinator replied okay. So once the coordinator replied okay, means it can directly access 2 and anything can be done. Okay, so this is one case, guys. Okay, so assume that now 2 wants to access. Okay, so 2 wants to access 3. Okay, so 2 will be requesting for 3. Okay, but 3 is already being used by 1, right? Yes. So that is the reason why the coordinator boss will say that no, now our list is full, so please wait in the queue. Okay, so now this 2 is pushed into the queue. Okay, so now it is pushed. So once 1 has completed its work, so so 1 completed its work with 3. So now 3 will be sending a request okay, sorry, it will send a message okay to 2. Means 2 can start communicating with 3 and anything can be done. So then from the list 2 is popped. So in that way. So the same things I have written in terms of words, guys. So process 1 asked permission to process 3 to access a resource. Okay, that is shared variable, permission granted. Okay, so process 2. So now process 2 came, right? So process 2 accessed permission to process 3 to access some resource, but it is already full, right? Yes. So that is the reason why no reply and pushed into the queue. Okay. Similarly, once process 1 released, hence resource is free. Hence in the queue we will be doing dequeue operation. That is nothing but we will be popping the element. Okay. The first and send OK request. So we'll be popping it out and we'll be sending OK request to access it. In that way it will work, guys. So mutual exclusion achieved, no starvation as processes are queued and no priority. So basically whoever requests for the resource, they will be pushed directly into the queue. Hence there is no priority, like he is the king, so he will be giving first. Like that, there is no rules and regulations. Okay. Yes. So it is simple to use and we will be using 3 different messages: request, grant and release. Okay. So the disadvantages in this is, here we are using a single coordinator. If he fails, that could be a huge issue. Yes. And in large systems, this is not feasible, guys. Yes. Okay. So this is the first method, that is centralized algorithm, guys. So I hope everyone got a clear idea about mutual exclusion and centralized algorithm. So in the next lecture, we'll be discussing about decentralized algorithm, guys. Okay. So let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Thanks for watching.